I was recently writing the script on my video for swearing, and I was telling you guys about how much my brother swore and how bad it was for you to swear. But while writing, I realized that I also do swear pretty often myself. I let my ego blind me into thinking that I was like this perfect teenager, when in reality, I'm not perfect. Am I better than I was? Of course. But am I actually perfect? No. It made me realize the very blurry lines between confidence and cockiness, and how when self-improvement skyrockets your confidence, it will get to a level where sometimes if you don't keep your ego in check, it will run wild, and you will start thinking all these great things about yourself that honestly are just not true, because you're never going to be as good as a narcissistic person thinks they are, because the narcissistic person, he thinks he's the best in the world. And if we become that narcissistic person, we're always going to think we're way better than we already are. And if you don't keep yourself in check, narcissism is really going to hurt you. All right. So this first part is about getting confident but not cocky, because this self-improvement journey is for us to build confidence in ourselves, not cockiness. We want to understand our capabilities. We want to be able to see our strengths and be happy that we have these strengths, but also have the humility to see our weaknesses in order to keep improving, because the man who thinks he has nothing to improve will never be able to. We want to have an honest opinion on ourselves, maybe a little bit more than what we really think is true, because it's fun to be able to think, I'm the freaking king sometimes, when obviously we're not. But as long as we keep it at a level-headed point, it should be fine. But if we get cocky, we'll think we can slack off because we're already perfect, and then our cockiness will stay here as our progress starts to dip back down, as we maybe decide we can eat more junk food, and then 2 months in, you're all the way down here on your progress, and you finally realize, oh shit, I've been doing terribly. And you just drop back down with your confidence, and then you're back to square one, essentially. You've made absolutely no progress over like maybe 2, 3, even 4 months, because you let yourself get into your own head that you were way too good, and then you ruined yourself because of it. Now, not only does letting your ego get out of control have an effect on you, it has an effect on everyone around you, How many times have you seen a Karen or whatever, something like that, and you really just think, man, that guy really needs a reality check? If you're not living under a rock, or, I don't know, if you're not in some country where you don't know anybody that speaks the language, then you've probably seen a lot of these people, especially in this modern day. But the problem is that we inflate our egos too much, and then we become self-obsessed, We become insufferable, and nobody wants to talk to someone like that. You'll end up with no friends to talk to be there when you need help, or to even just play with. And especially with friends, friends are what make humans humans. Humans are very social creatures. When we lose all our friends because we're insufferable, the way that messes up with that primal, like, tribal part of our brain that's always thinking we need to be in a tribe is awful, because when you're narcissistic, that primal part of your brain thinks you are at the top, you are the chief, you are the the master of everybody else around you. And then when you finally realize that you've got no one else around you, you look to your left, no one's there. You look to your right, they're all walking away. when you finally realize that, it messes up your brain because one, you'll feel extremely lonely, and two, that primal part of your brain now feels unsafe, and it feels like it is an absolute like spurg, not a real chief anymore. And that crash is so hard for a lot of young guys to get out of. Now I want to talk about something else because social media will only make this worse. Because in the modern world, social media is no longer about texting your friend who lives in Peru or something, or, showing a picture of your cute dog to everybody, and where you can, to your friends. It is no longer this place to really connect with people. And it's at this point, it's just a way to win validation from like millions of other people around the globe. You see all these influencers taking pictures with nice cars, nice houses, beautiful jewelry, and all it is to show, I am richer than you, and I know it, and you're going to know it too because I want you to. And that is literally what narcissism is. It is the idea that I am so much better than everybody else, and everybody else has to know it. I really think it's great to take pictures with the intent of seeing them later. Like, I have tons of pictures and videos I look back on all the time that make me smile. From, stuff from my martial arts to my neighbor's little kid playing with us and doing some silly stuff. Sometimes, I'll just go through my camera roll and, I'll see this video of maybe me, because I did this once a while ago, but what I did is I blindfolded myself and I did an entire like board breaking routine where you break like a bunch of boards with different techniques without being able to see the boards. And that was like something I look back on a lot because it makes me feel incredible that I put so much work into it. But back to the point, I have tons of pictures and videos, but if you post these to social media and you see all the likes, the views, the positive comments you get, it starts to overinflate your ego like a balloon, just expanding and expanding and expanding. You know, ever wonder why, famous people and celebrities are always getting into trouble for super dumb reasons? It's because their ego has been so inflated by all these people idolizing them and saying, oh my goodness, I wish I was like The Rock. And, that tribal part of your brain, again, it thinks that they are like the chief of the group. They make the rules. They don't have to follow the rules. And, you know, they can do whatever they want because everybody else is beneath them. And, social media will do the same thing, which is why you see so many influencers doing the same things, thinking they're like top tier celebrities or something, smoking weed, taking cocaine, going and beating people up just because they're mad. Social media makes us think that the rules don't apply to us when they do. They always will. Unless you become the king of the world, the rules are always going to apply to you. There's nothing you can do to stop it, so just accept it. Now, I know a lot of you must be thinking, how can I be talking? You're literally posting videos about not posting videos. And while that's fair, one, as of recording, I have 3 subscribers, so I'm not famous. I don't get likes on my videos. I don't have comments on my videos. I don't have anything like that. So I technically don't even get the validation from making these. I just want to make these because I know eventually someone will see them who really needs them. And 2, my videos aren't really meant to show how I'm better than everyone else, like most social media posts are. I'm not sitting here in front of a Lamborghini taking pictures. I'm in my bunk bed. Like, all I have here is a bed below me and a bed above me, and that's it. And maybe the paper is back on the wall. But there's nothing in this frame that shows I am better than you at all because honestly, I might not be better than you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you've done. You could be a multimillionaire, and 15 years old sitting in my room telling you not to be narcissistic. So, I'm here to help you guys. I don't really care about the money and the fame. And, they are nice and they will come. But right now, I've got 3 subscribers and I'm still making 5 videos a week for you guys. I'm taking hours out of my own time to help people who are like me because I know there are so many people out there who are like me. They were the total just normal people sitting around, low testosterone, eating junk food all day. And they just needed that one push to get them into something incredible. And that's why I'm here. I know this has been a long rant, but I really want to stress the fact that I am here to help. I'm not like Bryce Hall, whoever his name is, trying to look tough, trying to get the hot girlfriend. Although I would love to get those things. That's not why I'm doing this. I could do so many other things, but the helping people and, my dream is to become, a professional wrestler, but to also become like a personal trainer so I can help people be healthier, live longer, have more years of youth. And this is exactly what I want to do. Maybe narcissism isn't personal training because personal training is physical, but if I can help people with their mental health for free, that is something I would always do, and I would put hours of my week into doing it if I could. All right, now remember, as masculine men, our job is to serve the world and make it our better place. A purpose, our purpose, and our work is not ever going to be about ourselves. It's always going to be about the people around us because we don't need to help ourselves. We've got enough. You know? Let's talk about it. Why do you go to the gym? To attract a girlfriend, Everybody does it. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm just going to the gym for myself." Grr. Hold on. Grr. Sorry. I know I just talked about how I'm not showing a better, but it's fun to flex. I don't care. But everybody goes to attract a girlfriend. Nobody really goes to just do it for themselves because that's just kind of stupid, you know? But is that for you? Sure, of course it's for you, We want to be able to have fun and feel love and attraction from girls, sure. But in the slightest, do you also think it's for the girl? Because, we also want a girl that is happy, that has love flowing in her life, that feeds her feminine core, that has kids, that will live a life not knowing what the heck financial hardship is. Why do we study? We get a good job and provide for our family. Everything we do should always have a little bit to serve others. Yes, we should be serving ourselves too, but others should be like 60% of what you're doing and 40% should be you, because without serving others, there's going to be a time where you're old and everybody else doesn't care about you because you didn't care about them. There was this quote I was reading the other day that said, "First they came for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak up because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak up because I was not a Jew. And then they came for the Christians, and I didn't speak up because I was not a Christian. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." See, if you don't, just like in the quote, if you don't serve other people, there's going to be a time where you need help, and there's going to be no one there to help you because you didn't help them. You know? But, there are always going to be some things to do for ourselves. Like, occasionally, especially as teenagers, if you want to play a little video games, watch a little TV, go out with your friends or something, go ahead. But most of what you do for yourself should also just be realizing what you need to improve and trying to improve it. Like, if you understand that maybe your quads are like kind of down, you need to do more squats to improve them or something. Maybe you understand that you are not very good at meditation, so you're going to try and meditate every morning to try and build it up some more. Maybe understand that you're not very, good at keeping track of your habits, so you decide to build a habit tracker. I have a video on that, by the way. Go watch it. It's really good. But anyways, everything we should do is always to be for the betterment of the world or ourselves. Because, if without letting that improvement get into your head, because if you let that get in your head, that will really mess up your future, especially when you're like 70, 80, you can't really walk anymore and you need someone to take care of you and nobody's there to help you. Remember, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Bye-bye.